What's going on, guys? It's Colin here for Next Gen Tactics, and today I'm bringing you a quick tip video. And this is something that I've been trying to integrate more effectively into my game in order to improve, especially on the PC. I've found that you can kind of get away without using this as much on console, but on PC it's absolutely necessary, and that is more extensive use of hip firing. So when you look at the precision that players are able to use to aim on the PC, you don't have as much time to stand in front of them, aim down your sight, get on target, and shoot them. And basically because they're going to gun you down. So whenever you're in head-to-head gunfights, it's always beneficial to aim down, or sorry, fire from the hip, especially if you have a weapon that is effective at that range. And as you can see, that first kill with the UMP was all the way across the map. So you know the range is quite substantial, especially if you're standing still with a submachine gun like the UMP, because the hipfire spread is so favorable. Now, if you're going to be using assault rifles, what you're going to want to do is actually basically play around and practice to figure out what the effective hipfire range is for your gun. Now, this is just a quick deathmatch, and I'm sure by now, here, across the map again, I'm sure by now you're kind of sick of seeing deathmatch on Isla from me, but this is a map I like to use to practice a bunch of different techniques on, so you're going to have to bear with me. But I think there's 22 kills in this game. I get a knife kill, I get one with the Gustav, and I aim down sight for one, and the rest are all hip firing. And the one with the Gustav is because I failed switching to my pistol with my scroll wheel and actually switched instead to my Gustav, so I decided to just pull the trigger, get the kill, and take him down with me. So anyway, that was not too bad, but as you can see, it's very, very effective hip firing. You just kind of want to center them in the crosshairs that you have on the screen and burst fire a little bit. Like if you're really close, then you can get away with full auto, but as you can see right here, I even would have been better burst firing a little bit with a couple of bursts as opposed to one steady stream of bullets. But if you tap the trigger while hip firing, then it's a very, very effective technique, and what it allows you to do is stay more mobile. When you aim down the sight, that's going to restrict your mobility, which is a problem. Right here you can see I was really jerky, and I had my hand and mouse in a kind of a funny position, so I was having a difficult time trying to strafe and aim and fire at the same time. So my bad there, but as you can see, more hip firing, and it allows you to kind of strafe left and right if need be in order to avoid enemy gunfire. You're harder to hit, but it's quite easy if you're not aimed down the sight to stay trained on the enemy while you maintain your motion. So the mobility is a huge part of winning gunfights, especially on the PC, where people do have the precision of aiming with a mouse. So that's just something to think about, but this also works really well on console, so no matter what you play on, you can improve your game by leveraging this technique. And you'll see at the end of the game, my scores have been a lot better on PC since I've been doing this more frequently. It works with a variety of guns, including assault rifles, and they actually have an effective hipfire range, which is a lot greater than you'd think. So I definitely encourage you to pick up a weapon and maybe go on a small map like this, or Isla's probably the best map for this. Maybe something that has a lot of tight quarters like a Cold War might also be good. And just practice with your weapon of choice. Figure out what the effective range is and just go. Hip fire. Do it. And yeah, it's made a huge improvement to my game. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is sensitivity. Now, on the consoles, I've actually been slowly moving my sensitivity up and up and up, and I'm at 100% now, both on Xbox and PS3, although I use a Control Freak. Here's one where I kind of have a brain fart named down the sight. I should have tried to hip fire him too, just to see how I made out from that distance. But I use a Control Freak adapter on my right analog stick on both my PS3 and my Xbox controllers, and I find that that allows me to be quite precise even when I'm running 100% sensitivity in Battlefield. And it's something that I work my way up to slowly. Now, on the PC, what you have is a setting on your mouse called DPI, which is dots per inch. And if you leave your game sensitivity at default and your Windows pointer speed at default, then you can find a DPI setting that feels comfortable where you have control. But then what you can do is crank up that DPI setting and lower your Windows mouse pointer speed in order to find a nice happy medium. And that's a tip I got from my good friend Don't Blink. Play around with that and you'll find your scores are improving. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Cheers. We'll talk soon.
Hey guys, we now have our own website. Actually, we've always had our own website, but why not follow us on there? There you'll find all our videos conveniently sorted into playlists by game, as well as videos from many other directors that are part of our NGT network.